tanto así no podrán separarnos. Aunque tus padres no quieren, tus amigos no comprenden que nos vamos a casar. Si te dicen soy perdido como pájaro sin nido, no saben la verdad. Mi destino es contigo, querida, vente conmigo. Quiero amarte más y más. Si te crees tú de ellos, no saben la verdad. Si pienses mi amor te deseo, mi vida ya acabar. Y yo sé que yo te quiero, mi amor es muy sincero, no saben la verdad. Mi destino es contigo, querida, vente conmigo. Quiero amarte más y más. Recordando el cámara de Emilio, shoot it. Me voy para olvidarme de ti. Me voy para donde no conozco. Al ver si así me olvido de ti. Al ver que te has ido con otro. Me voy para...
All right, guys, saludos. Welcome to Serious Tejano here on this Wednesday. Guys, I have a great treat for you guys. I'm going to have Mr. Anthony Patterson here with us. If you don't know who he is, go check him out on all the digital platforms. Go check out his music video. I mean, this guy, don't let the name confuse you guys. He is Tejano. He's done two great songs that I've heard of. If you guys haven't heard it, he does have a Emilio melody, and then he has that new song, Me Voy a Kansas City. So go check him out, guys. He's a familiar face. If you guys have purchased anything from Ren Hoover or anything like that, he's the man that you probably had made contact with. So I'm not going to let him wait any longer. So Mr. Anthony Patterson, welcome to Serious Tejano.
Thank you for having me. Saludos a toda la gente on Serious Tejano, right, all over South Texas. We're broadcasting live, no, Kelly?
Yes, we are live. We are live on here on Facebook, and we are live on YouTube as well. Unfortunately, we couldn't do TikTok, but we're gonna get that going, guys, because you really don't see many people doing all three channels. So
yeah,
we're working on that. So again, thank you, Anthony. Man, like I told you, when I first heard your song, I was like, oh, it's country. Hell no, you really surprised me. You really surprised me. So I was all like, wow, like, the name could be very deceiving.
For sure. No, I mean, I get that a lot, right? I mean, all the time, right? Hey, are you gringo or what? Are you white or what? I'm like, man, I don't know what I am, right? I really don't know what I am, but I love Tejano music, and I'm real excited to be coming out with music, and I'm excited to be on your show, and I'm excited just to be people I can't believe people want to interview me.
Hey, sometimes it's a dream. It's a dream. Even with us as, radio interview podcasters and stuff like that, to hear like a well-established artist as well. Like, what? Like, there's so many people on the radio, so many artists. I mean, so many Tejanos doing their thing in the industry. And I mean, to have you guys to even come through here, I mean, it's a privilege to me, especially you having a little bit of ties in our area. I am from Crystal City. Crystal City and Carrizo is only 10 miles away. I know you have a lot of family in Carrizo. So shout out to all the Demet counties, the Carrizo Springs Wildcats, all the people.
Wildcats, go Cats, go! No.
Yes, to all the surrounding areas. I know you're originally from Divine and stuff like that. And
Mhm.
salutes to everybody in our areas. Everybody that listens to us from out of state. Saludos. I know we have a lot of people that listen to us from Michigan, California. I mean, you name it, we're on there. Like that's the beauty of this
For
because
sure.
it's not just local Texas people. We get to be broadcast to everybody just by getting on social media. And social media has made a big impact on a
No,
lot
for sure.
of the artists and stuff like that. So yes, it's like I said, it's amazing to have you here. I like that we have some type of thing in common besides the
Besides
your
music.
place of being from Carrizo, and we do have somebody that we have mutually with. If you're on, Bernie, saludos to a good friend of mine. I know she's your cousin.
Mhm.
Saludos all the way to Laredo, to Miss Bernice, Sonora, to other Sonoras out there in Carrizo también, and all them. So, Anthony, tell me a little bit about what got you going besides you managing Run Hoover. I mean, I know that's a big,
You know,
big, big house to go
so yeah,
through
so
it.
yeah, so we touch base, right? I mean, I all my family's from Carrizo, right? Carrizo and south side of San Antonio. On my mom's side is all
Mhm.
from Carrizo, right? She had 9 sisters, and they're all from Carrizo, all the Martinezes, right? So, man, I was born in Eagle Pass. I grew up in Carrizo to about first or second grade,
Okay.
and then we moved to Divine, Texas, right? And
Okay.
man, music was always it was always around, man. My dad was a musician. My dad played bass with the old schools, like with Chacha Jimenez, OJ Serrata. He played bass guitar. So, yeah, I mean, music was always around. The guitar was always around. Anytime anybody was drinking, it's Anthony, come on, let's sing, right? What are you going to sing, right? Me and my brother, I mean, my brother graduated from Carrizo.
Okay.
So it was always around. And, and when I was a kid, my dad and David Lee Goddess were real good friends. So, David
Mm.
Lee was my dad's golfing buddy every Wednesday from when I was like in middle school all the way through high school. So David Lee would be at the house. Michael Desperado was a good friend of the family también too, and Emilio was a very very good friend of the family.
Awesome.
So me and Emilio are kind of like distant cousins también, kind of right. We're one of his sides all Pattersons, and we're not directly related, but we kind of are. We have a mutual aunt in common that married my uncle, but so it's always been around, right? And a lot of my friends they're all musicians, right? I mean, as a matter of fact, if you're a Tejano musician, there's a good chance I sold you a car, right? I sold trucks and cars to pretty much everybody, right? And then I've been with Ron Hoover RV for the last 7 years. We've been selling boats and RVs, and we've sold to Marcos Orozco. I've got David Farias. I mean, so the list goes on and on. And Leo Correa from Grupo La Calma, right? He's like my partner in crime for everything. My wife gets mad. He's like your boyfriend, right? Uh, but so every time Leo would play, he would get me on my comfort level, right? Hey, come on, let's go sing with us, man. You're doing a Milo song. We like to sing, and so about 2-3 years of doing that, finally, Eddie Perez, he's a producer. Leo's bass player, like Alma. He's like, hey, well, let's record you. And so no quería, right? I was real gun shy. And so we did the medley 3 or 4 months ago. Um, to tell you the truth, when I did it originally, it was more of a kind of a hobby thing. I
Mhm.
just wanted to get in there, record something. Just because I wanted to do an Emilio song, and I'd never done it before. Um, but then it made radio. It made radio play, and it got a lot of views, a lot of shares, and it kind of just took off. And um, a lot of gente was telling me to do another one, right? And so we went in again, and granted, Emilio's. If anybody asks me, everyone knows me. My
Mhm.
favorite Tejano artist of all time is always going to be Emilio to me, right? I love Emilio. He's to me. He's a George Strait to me, right? He's the best to me, right? It's my opinion, and I'll die with it. But when we went and did Kansas City, when we did the arrangements, we did the vocals, and I expected it to come out good, but I didn't expect it to come out like badass. So it came out awesome, right? And so
Yes.
Hombre, that one hit too, and it's on every radio station. It's charting. It's on countdowns. It's I'm lucky enough to be on an interview with you, and I've had countless interviews out of Florida, out of Laredo. I mean, just kind of everywhere, and I just didn't expect for it to do this. Very, very new. So gracias a toda la gente, gracias a todos, all the DJs, anybody who's inviting me to just do this, right? It's a very, very big blessing to me, and I couldn't be more excited to be able to do this with y'all. So big, big thank you to everybody.
Yes, definitely, definitely. It's always good to have that the the inspirations, right? You had the inspiration of Emilio, David Lee, and all those people around you. It's good to look up to them, and it's till this day their music just doesn't die,
Oh, for
right?
sure.
People always playing their music. It's always a cover for somebody or something like that, right? So you doing what you did with La Calma, even the music video and everything. Really interesting to see that, right? I thought when I would see it, I was like, what? Like I said, the name is very deceiving. I would have thought I would have seen like a widow, but trying to be, see the Tejano music, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So when I saw, I was like, oh, he is like you look the part. It's just the name that throws it off. But other than that, I mean, great. You're really good vocalist.
Thank you. Thank
It's
you.
it's different. It's different and unique. I mean, it's raspy, deep. It's good. Conjunto wise, it's good. I can't wait to see if you'll get a little bit off of it and do more of a, I guess, soft rhythm cumbia of using your vocals and see how it will turn out to be. But you doing what you're doing, your vocals is more like conjunto or
It is.
maybe
Yeah.
a
No, yeah.
live
No,
stuff
and
like that.
that's what we're going for. When like I said, when I started, it was kind of a hobby, and now it's let's see where it goes. Right. I got a really good team behind me. Saludos a Rupo Rosales, right? That's a great guy to have on my side, a great guy that has my back. All the team from La Calma, all the production team. I got a really, really good group of guys that are behind me and helping me, and I think that's kind of what we're as a team. That's what we're accomplishing, right? We want to bring back some old school throwback music and give it a real fresh, new conjunto type feel.
Yes.
Um, I've had a couple questions to past interviews, like, are you Tejano or conjunto? Like, what do you associate yourself with, right? When you listen to the music, the only instruments I got, all I have is a bajo, this is a bajo, the bass, the drums, and accordion. So it really is just conjunto, right?
Yes.
But I told everybody, I think it's more like we're gonna make a new name. It's gonna call it Tejunto. It'll be like a Tejunto sound, right? A little bit of both, right? So yeah, we're recording some. So we're just recording some new music. I got a cumbia on the way. It's coming that I think everyone's gonna like. We just recorded an old Los Truenos song, the Dilly Los Truenos de Tejas.
Oh, nice,
So we
nice.
just recorded one of those songs. I think it's gonna be very, very. I think everyone's gonna like it. And we got a cumbia, and then I have an original too that we're gonna do on this EP. That my camarada Jesse Turner wrote me. He wrote me a real nice song that we're gonna record también. So we have a lot of good things coming. So we're really excited.
That's good. That's good. So, are you gonna like right now? You're just throwing out EP singles and stuff like that, and then maybe work on that album, or how? What are you guys looking for in the future?
Yeah. So what we're doing right now, we're gonna get my EP done, and we're gonna get it promoted, and I got I'm performing a little bit. I got a couple gigs lined up. I'll be in Midland at the Kermesse Church Festival. Here it's gonna be like me, like Alma, David Garza, Ram. I mean Ben Ozuna. It's a really good lineup. So we are working a little bit, but our plan is as a team is to do my EP and then start hitting the road maybe once or twice a month come in February, March. We're looking for the band, we're looking for musicians. I got 3 or 4 already lined up. We're just looking for 2 or 3 more. So we do got plans to be visiting cities in the
Okay.
next 4 or 5 months.
Well, for the people in Carrizo, y'all have to bring him back to his roots and maybe play with the guys from Talisman because I know they're coming back again. Talisman, Tejano Breed, the Zavala band, all
As a
those
matter
areas.
of fact, Kelly, one I'm gonna give. I'm just gonna say I'm gonna give too much away, but the cumbia we're doing is gonna be at the Breed cumbia that we're we're gonna do. So when I was a kid, man, I remember seeing Tejano Breed on stage at Bears, and man, I used to just be in awe. Another one I would like to maybe do if I could find a song is from Babyface from Diego Ramirez. You know,
Okay.
from Carrizo, I like to do one of those songs. Just some home root homenages to South Texas, where I got my inspiration for music.
Yes, yes. Also, you know, uh, just hearing the music that's coming back. Even hearing when the people from Elsa Garcia, Delia Culturas, all of them coming back again, and they're not as active what as most people expected them to be, but to just hear them back in the industry and back in music again, it takes you back. Because I remember when Delia was, I was in probably, me and you are probably the same age, so when I was in maybe middle school, maybe that's when Delia was really hot and playing everywhere and stuff like that. And well, of course, one of her nieces, my classmate. So just hearing these people on there, and then how you say your inspiration of having this and that, and these guys. I mean, I can't wait to hear the style that you put it in with especially with the Hano Breed. It's not a lot of people knew about this band out here in the besides the South Texas area here in like Eagle Pass, Carrizo, all these people are surrounded here, but they never got to be put further out to the North Texas. And I
Yeah.
think you having the connection that you do have with Leo and all that stuff, your music is really expanded in that area. So you're gonna be kind of like the spotlight, I guess, for this area. So playing that music and doing what you're doing, I mean, is amazing. It's good. All I see is the style that you're putting out there is something that is right now. So a lot of people always want to stay a little bit old school, but kind of like you're giving it the old school, but your type
With
of
the new vibe, yeah, with the new, and that's one of the benefits, like I said, I've known Leo for years, right? And I met him at Mama Margie's in San Antonio like 15 years ago at 2 in the morning after the bar, right? He was playing, and you Leo from La Calma? I was a big fan, right? And so through the years we stayed friends, and one thing I can say about Leo and Eddie and all the guys that helped me from La Calma is they through the years they know exactly the music I like, right? They know exactly, like, I can just tell them, hey, I want to do this, and they get it spot on because they've known me for years. Like they know what I'm trying to accomplish, right? And it's funny how life works. Had I not met these guys, I wouldn't be putting out music, and I definitely wouldn't be putting out the music with a new fresh feel the way it has, because they just know the way I like it, right?
Mhm.
And to be honest, that's part of the biggest problem that we're running into is me finding an accordionist that can mimic Leo style on my
Yeah,
music, on my song, right? Um, you
yeah,
know, when we listen to accordionists, I mean, anybody who knows Tejano Conjunto, you can hear accordion, know that guy's from Corpus, right? That's Corpus style, right?
yeah.
That's not Tono style. That's not Texas style, right? And Leo's got a real unique style that really works for my vibe, right? So that's our hardest part that AP band has right now is trying to find the accordionist that can mimic Leo's style. That's what we're looking for. So that's once we find that guy, we'll be able to start doing more things as far as getting out on the road.
Awesome. So, like for the people that want to know, he did mention he has a gig coming up out in Midland. Um, from you performing now that you're gonna start performing and everything, where do you feel like you want to take your of course, what other stages want to hit? Like where do you feel like you want to actually kind of put a stamp to it for yourself?
I think when that's a good question. I think I'd like to be, you know I just want to be I want to be a staple that you can be a new Tejano musician and still get heard and recognized, right? Because that's always the big thing, right? No one wants to. That's all you hear, right? Nobody wants to get the new guys a chance to start or whatever, right? But
Yes.
I think if you gauge it and you figure out what kind of music you want to play and how you want to do it, how you want to perfect it, I think I mean I never thought Kansas City would be charting, and it's all throwbacks, right? And I
Yes.
know I might get some flack. They might say, "Well, nobody always doing is covers," but those are all proven hits already that have been hits,
Mhm.
right? why not bring it out in a new way, in a new cool vibe way? If
Mhm.
not, they're just gonna sit there and go to waste, right? I mean, it's one of those things with the Hanos. I'll put an example like one of the new hot artists I think that just kills it. That's got a lot of talent. That's really good. Is Asalto, right? Jordan's got tons of talent, great arrangements, great vocalist. And I saw a post he did like 3 or 4 months ago, and he's right. I've witnessed it. You can put Asalto on, and Tejanos at the dance, they sit down. They don't get up, right? Even though his music's badass, like he's got great music. I'm not taking anything from him, but then you throw on a Jay Pettis song, and everybody gets up to dance, right? So as a whole, we're still stuck in the '90s, 2000s, right? And so I
Yes.
would like to bring out some new music some old music with a new cool feel, and maybe see if it changes the game a little bit, right? Not saying that I'm going to change the world, but if you're asking where I want to be, that's kind of where I see our music going. You know,
Yes, it's good that you're touching base a little bit on that. I actually witness, right? We always say, man, the new artists, it's very hard to give them a chance. But you know what? I feel like a lot of the artists that are established artists already. Um, Example, and I think I heard Joey Jimenez kind of talk about it in a podcast as well. Um, I seen where Asalto being new and stuff like that, man, they played and they had the people going. And then you see the established artists como, example being like maybe like La Mafia or Mas. You do see the people dancing, but it's more like concierto, like a concert. It's not. It's you're not the interaction to it. It's not the same, right?
no, but like if you see Asalto live, it's what I'm saying is you see him live, everyone's dancing, everyone's having a good time, right? Because they're badass musicians
Yes.
and they're good vocalists, good arrangements. I'm talking like let's just say you're at a bar with no band, and all they have
Yeah.
is a DJ, right? The DJ
Hmm.
plays Asalto, it sounds great, badass, but people don't get up to dance it, right? At a
Okay.
bar for the most part. But you put on David Lee Garza, Emilio, everyone gets up, right? It
Yes.
just seems like people are kind of stuck in the '90s, 2000s,
Hmm.
and there's a lot. And I say Asalto because when I hear the music, I think, man, that guy's just great, man. I nothing but respect for Jordan. I think he's badass. And there's a lot of good artists. I mean, there's a lot of talent, a lot of great talent, And when I put myself in the mix, I got the least amount of talent compared to those guys. Those guys are just real musicians. They can play everything. They can play every instrument. I mean,
Hmm.
those guys are just awesome, right? And so there's so much good talent out there. And if people aren't gonna respond to brand new music being put out, at least respond to the old music being put back out in a new way. You know,
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
we can't just be hating on everything. We can't be hating on new music and throwbacks. It's at some point we gotta start loving it again.
Yeah. And it's hard, especially when it comes to that, because the first thing they say, that is not Tejano, right? What does everybody always say when they redo a song or do a cover of it or whatever? Well, eso no es Tejano. It's too different. It doesn't have this. But that's not the point. The point, they're bringing a a track that is something you've played forever, and
Yeah.
they're just tweaking a little bit here and there, but the style is still there. It still touches you the same way the other song did. It just gives it the new flavor of what it is now. And,
And
and
that's a
I
good
see a
point.
lot of artists doing that, and
That's
it's
a
really
good point.
good.
Like when you look at country, right? Country music, they don't say that's not country. They say, oh, that's '90s country. That's 2000s country,
Yeah.
right? They don't say that's not country. Lucky
Yeah.
we did that with Tejano, right? That's '90s Tejano. That's 2000s Tejano. This is new Tejano. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
rather than just, I mean, it's if we don't embrace, and I'm not talking about me, right? I'm talking about in general. If we don't embrace new artists and new style and new Tejano, where is it going to be in 15 years?
Hmm.
You know, I mean, and it starts with like my little boy loves the Hana music, right?
Hmm.
He listens to the words. I mean, and that's it starts at home, right? But I mean, it can't just be if it's not '90s, it ain't the Hana. That can't be it, right? Otherwise, we're never gonna get anywhere. Not just I'm not saying me, I'm saying any artist, right? Any genre of Tejano, it's gonna be stuck to where it is. And if anybody wants it to get bigger and better, it's got to have support.
Yes, and we get that everywhere right now. I mean, I know it's very difficult for the new artists and to push the music out there because of of the people that actually listen to it. You know, it right now we're so stuck on what it was to not what it is, right? And nobody likes the new transition of trying to change a little bit, but the change is good. Even though back in the day, no se veía mucho like how it is now, right? It was
Yeah,
always just the keyboards, the bajo, the accordion, right? And now you hear the little, you know, music from like I think I was talking to Miss she's from Hawaii, and they said they'll put like a little bit of salsa, congas and stuff like that, make it like salsa, but it has a salsa tejano feel, right?
yeah,
So a lot of people say, "Oh no, it's más, you know, it's not real tejano," but in reality, what is the like Tejano is just a cultura, I think. Tejano
yeah.
is a cultura. The music is always gonna fall back into conjunto, norteño. It's always gonna fall back to that. The
There's
only
the roots, right? The roots.
yes, so the only thing I say that would change is like the cumbia, the way you play it. There's some cumbia that are like, is it cumbia or is it ranchera or what? Because there's some songs that you're like, pues cómo la puedes bailar, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, then there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that that's just how
Well,
you know you have to evolve yourself to what is now. Like our generation, like when we were younger, was I still love the Moss stuff. I still like all this stuff, but I've seen where the songs that we used to like being made by other people, and they put their little touch to it, and I'm like, man, and it sounds even better, you know?
yeah.
Yeah, and a lot
Well,
of people
I
don't
think, I
like that.
think Tejano, you know, Tejano's transition more to like a conjunto norteño light type feel, I think, right?
Hmm.
Um, and I was talking to somebody about this last week, right? You know, when we look at all the biggest bands right now, right? Duelo, Signo, Sólido, uh, uh, even Frontera, Intocable, La Costumbre, Iman, all those guys from they're all border bands, right?
Hmm.
And the reason that a lot of young talent, good talents come from the border is because they have conjunto in high school. So
Yeah.
you have all these kids learning conjunto norteño, they learning the chord and the bajo in high school. So they're
Hmm.
producing young generation musicians to do music, and
Hmm.
they're the new young craze of whatever the movement we have, right?
Hmm.
So that's why I feel that the keyboard's been filtered out a little bit, the brass sound from Tejano, because all the new, but not most of the new kids
Hmm.
are they're conjunto because that's what they're learning in school.
Hmm.
You
Yeah.
if we were to do a Tejano class in high schools and introduce the keyboards and brass, guess what the kids would be doing out of high school, right?
Yes, definitely.
That's a big reason I think that Tejano's kind of transitioned into like a conjunto norteño feel like 'cause that's what the kids are learning in school.
Yes, and like I said, it's good that I know in the Valley area they have these as classes, right? And in our area we don't have that. We don't have that unless our band's playing like the Fito Olivares song or
Yeah,
like those songs, right? But there isn't besides band,
yeah,
no doing norteño, no doing like those classes. And I know in the Valle there is. This is why so many musicians come from that area and they're so talented. Frontera is one of the prime example of it. They're
yeah.
from that area and it took off. Um, like I know a lot of people say, well, yeah, well they got there, but yes, it's the money and the people
Whatever.
that are
But the
behind them,
point is
and
that they're there, right? The
yeah,
point is that they're there, that they're young artists,
mm-hmm,
they're in their 19s or 20s, and they're
yeah,
killing it. And
yes.
before they come out with their big shows, what do they showcase? Bobby
Yeah.
Pulido, Roberto Pulido. When that,
They
so
do
why would
covers.
why would anybody hate on that
Hmm.
and not claim that for Tejano when all they're doing is making it get bigger if we would just embrace it, you know?
Yes. Yes. I mean, Carol G is one of the prime examples to it too. She did a little bit of feel, a Selena feel, and man, I just say, how does all those get the recognition, and when a new Tejano artist tries to do the same thing, they don't get the prime example respect. as they do. I just feel like we shut out a lot of our new Tejano artists when they're the ones that are gonna keep this Tejano industry keep going. We just gotta change, move with the change. You don't have to move completely
Yeah.
right away altogether, but just slowly try to get yourself to it. And that's all it's gonna take, especially what I say in the Tejano scene, right? Slowly move to what the change is, and slowly and slowly it'll progress, and then we'll get the younger generations. That I think that's what we're lacking. A lot of the younger generations, the music style that they listen to is a little bit different than what the Tejano scene is. But you give them cumbias and you give them fast beats and stuff, you'll right away attach them. They'll get connected. You'll have a fan right
At the Conjunto Festival in San Antonio this last year,
there.
it was packed with a bunch of young kids. I mean, I'd never seen it that packed. I mean, it was packed, right? So I think it's on an up. It's on an up, right? And I think a big help with it is having you, right? Social media outlets, TikTok DJs. I mean, social media helps a lot. You're not just at the radio station's mercy to play your music, right? It
Yeah.
can be YouTube, Spotify. How many times you listen to YouTube and a new song comes out of someone you've never heard before? You're like, oh, who's that? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I
Yeah.
mean,
And like
it,
you said,
there's a lot more outlets now.
yes, the outlets, a lot of it now, and I've told a lot of artists that have come by here, what is the first thing you do when well, at least I do. What do? You look at your phone and boom, you're like looking, liking, hearing new music, this and that. This is why a lot of people say, well, what? Oh, the radio is more popular than the online. It is to an extent, to a point, because your station's not gonna hear you from us over here down in South Texas, Chris City to San Antonio, because once I passed the Valde Crossing, I had to jump to 98.9 K Alamo because our station, y'all know it won't work, right?
Yeah.
So that's the only thing I say. This is why our platforms are Spotify's, are all these outlets that there is of music. It works because we can play it anywhere. It travels with you anywhere. These like ourselves, our Serious Tejano app, you put it, you play it anywhere. We get heard everywhere. I mean, I was freaking out when they would tell me, my boss would be like, "Hey, they're hearing us in like in what was it, Poland or whatever, Poland or whatever." I was like, "What? Who knows Tejano in that area, right?"
Yeah.
But yeah, getting hurt over there, Germany, like, but I get it. There's military bases out there and this and that. Yes, it could be that. But you know what? And I think I even heard just a random person, they were talking to them, and they said the reason they like the Hano music, it's more romantico, right? It's not about all this other stuff. It just has a taste to it, or the sound beats to it, that it connects them. So that's, to hear that, I understand it, because it is. Our music is, it's more about love, right? It's not
Yeah.
about, hate, or like, think it's more romantic, or yes, it sometimes talks about que te dejaron, te engañaron, or whatever.
Yeah. Our music's either about love or partying.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, so I mean that's the only reason the music still stays out there, right? That's is why people connect to it. But it's good. I like I said, Tejano has been. I mean, you can hear it anywhere. Tejano is somewhere in every music, and no matter. Look at the country. The country is doing the beats a little bit country, but using the cowbell and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So like it's Tejano
Yeah,
is
and we're seeing
there.
a lot more, right? I mean, you have South Texas, South Texas roots in the Texas country that want to integrate. I mean, Turner and Aaron Watson, right? I mean, that's a Signal and Aaron Watson. I mean, that's great. I mean,
Yeah.
even on Karin Leon and Cody Johnson.
Oh, yes.
I mean, that. So I mean, it's coming together, and you're gonna see. I mean, you're gonna see a lot of it intertwined. I think
Yes.
but we
It
can't
is.
say that's not the Hano, right? When we know
Yeah.
it's the Hano, but we're not happy that maybe we don't hear the trumpet or the brass or the keyboard, right? I mean, everyone's got to be open, to be able
Yes.
to do any music.
Yes. So you're talking about that, Anthony. Who would you see yourself trying to do something with in the country and country scene or any
Man,
other?
you know, there was a plenty of them. They probably wouldn't do it with me, right? But I would love to do something with Gabe Garcia, right? You know, Gabe
Yeah,
Garcia.
okay.
I'd do something with him. Justin Gallegos, he's a new uprising star. I'd do something with him, maybe. Maybe Cody Johnson un dia, right? Who knows?
You never know.
You know, George Strait. It's going to sit for the stars, right? So,
Yes,
yeah, I mean, it'd be great, man, to see where the music goes and where we can take it.
yes,
For sure.
definitely,
Very, very, very
definitely.
exciting.
So yeah, like I said, Anthony. I mean, you're in the right path. I mean, you have a great support system. Everybody that's supporting you, everybody that keeps playing your music, y'all keep playing his music. This is the only way we're able to help these new artists, guys. This is why, like I say it all the time. The reason I got myself a little bit in doing this, I mean, I was just somebody from Crystal City that played sports, that just worked and whatever. And yes, I have a best friend that's a musician, and I was always in the scene with her and stuff like that. And I would see a lot of doors being closed on her and stuff like that. And just having, también the connection with my comadre Stephanie Montiel, just having that, seeing little things here and there, kind of said, what can I do, right? So I did my thing with the station or whatever, but I felt like there was more than just the radio thing, what we were doing and doing this. This is what right now I feel like social media, like what we're doing, is the only and best way for these new artists to get recognized, because you can put so much music out there, but if they don't see a face to it or they don't get to know you a little bit, they some people won't budge. I
Yeah.
know I was like that until I got into this, right? I'll be like, well, who's that? Or I've never heard them before. And then you start listening to the music and you start liking it. Then you see them on social media, opening up for this person, opening up for you're like, oh wow, like lo conocen, like lo quieren ahí, right?
Yes, Kelly, not to cut you off, but you know, I don't think people understand how expensive it is, man, to record music, to record songs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how much time it takes to put arrangements together and make something just happen, right? So, for people who aren't giving new artists a shot, when they have good music and that, I mean, you're really doing them an injustice because they're all of us have jobs, right? None of us are rich off the Hana music, right?
Mm-hmm.
We all got 9 to 5, sometimes 12-hour days, and you got to figure out how to get in the studio and how to make music, and it's not free,
Yeah.
right? You
No.
got to pay to record, and so if anybody that's watching, if you even if you're on YouTube, Spotify, you hear a new artist, give it a little like. You don't know how excited I get when I see a like on YouTube on my, I'm like, wow, it's badass, right? So all
Yeah.
of these all count. Share the music, all that stuff. It goes a very, very long way. That's for
Yes,
sure.
it sure does. And if you have merchandise or anything, Anthony, that also goes a long ways, because it is expensive, guys. I thought, oh well, I'll just get the mixer and record. Hell no! Like, if you don't mix and master that stuff, and you
Mm,
want to be put it out on airways, I think we've had this discussion when I was with Gigi, and all of us were in the Gigi show, and we were all some of other podcasters were on there. If the music is not mixed and mastered and you want to play it, it sounds bad, guys. Like, there's some music we listen to and we cannot play because it sounds like you're recording like in the basement with echo. Like, I understand that you want to put your music out there, but invest a little bit on it.
yeah. Yeah,
Invest
you
a
have
little
to.
bit more on it. And I mean, I know it's expensive and everything, but just invest a little bit, progress a little bit on it. I mean, there's a lot of, you know, producers and everything that are willing to help. And
Help. Yeah, no, for sure. That's very,
yeah,
very true.
yes, and just reach out to those. I think we had Greg Ramirez, like not too long ago. They are helping a lot of new artists as well. Mr. Greg Ramirez from Grupo Class, out there from the Valley. They like to help out. I've seen them doing a lot of things with different artists too. So I mean, there's so much help out there, guys. Don't feel like there's no opportunities. There is. You just kind of like gotta browse or look, and
Yeah.
people are willing to help. You'll have those doors opening. Slowly and surely they are, but they're there. You just gotta, approach it.
Yeah,
Don't feel intimidated. There's always gonna be doors closed, but eventually, when that door closes, two more doors open. Don't
yeah.
get, you know.
I mean, you have to just keep hustling, right? And just
Yes,
a chingarle, right? Until it kind of busts through a little bit, right?
yes,
And this, and that's what we mean. We talk about in the studio. I'm like, man, you know, I, I don't I don't try to put out music to impress musicians, right? Try to put out music that people like, right? I'm not saying anything different, just I know what I like and what I want to hear. It's kind of what I try to put together, right? And
yes.
if it sounds good, it sounds good. And if not, you're not gonna impress everybody. Not everyone's gonna like. I don't expect everyone to be Anthony Patterson fans, right? No, I'm not for everybody, and I get it, right? But there's no need to. I haven't, and I'm just saying, I haven't had any rude comments. I haven't had any hate. I haven't had any of that stuff, right? So, I haven't, but I have seen other platforms, other artists, right, that get some hate, and I'm like, for why? It sounds good, and so just be
Yes,
supportive, right, for everybody.
yes. And it's, and I think just saw it today. Bumper Gomez put a small clip of, with his grandson saying, "It's easy. It's easier to it's easier to bring somebody down than picking somebody up." And it is true. Once you bring some of these, I know some artists don't care and they're like, "Oh, me vale, I'm still gonna do me," right? But
Yeah,
there's some artists that, like, they fight and fight and they're like, "Why am I doing this for?" That's like, we should not be doing that to each other in anything. You guys, like, everybody's always hustling somehow, some way. We're
yeah.
supposed to encourage each other to, keep it alive, or do things, just to keep it out there. Don't put anybody down, because not even ourselves are perfect,
And
guys. Like,
not just in music, just in general, right? Just be a good person. Just be
yes,
nice. Just be nice. You know.
yes. I mean, don't get me started, because I probably would have said something when when it comes to the political side. So I'm not even gonna go there. But, don't show the ugly, right? Don't show the ugly. There's so much beautiful in this world that we should be grateful for.
No,
And
for sure, every day.
yeah, and like I said, Anthony, the music you're putting, I can't wait to hear whatever else you're gonna, make
Thank
and
you.
put out there. Like, my favorite song, to be honest, is "Man Way at Kansas City," and the only reason I say that is because I went to college there. So
Really.
yeah, so that's the connection I have to that song. And I remember I would come to Cristal for Thanksgiving, because I was in Kansas. I got a scholarship for softball to play in Kansas. So when I was out there, I was all like, "Yeah, me voy a Kansas City," right? So you making that song, I have a connection to it and stuff like that. So it's like, it was something I will always say and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
yes, I mean, I like the song. I even
You know,
like.
mine too. Like I'm always going to be an Emilio fan, right? And I can when we did the medley, we probably went back three or four times, right, until I got it right. And Kansas City, it kind of just all kind of fell into place, right? It just we came out good. The vocals, I didn't go back three or four times. It just kind of felt right. I mean, the moment I heard the intro, right, I'm like, wow, man! I fell in love with the intro. I just fell in love with everything in the song, and so, I'm between both of them. My favorite is a Kansas City song, también.
Yeah.
It really is. But I think the new song we're coming out with, we'll give it a run for its money, también. I think everybody will like that one too. So we're
That's
excited to see how it does.
Yes, I'm excited. Like I said, you want to tell, the people who you kind of like do your recordings with, or who do you work with, and who promotes your stuff. Just talk a little bit about how they can get a contact with you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you want to reach me for bookings or whatever, I'm off. You can reach me through my Facebook through Messenger. But yeah, I record with Key of Music, Eddie Perez. I couldn't really ask for a better producer or a better teacher. Just patient and just works and just just a good all around guy, man. Um, I got Leo that does the accordion on my tracks. Same thing, man. I mean, I I tell these guys what I want, and they just make it happen for me on their arrangements and musically. And then for my promotion side, I have a Lupe Rosales. That's everyone knows he's been in the business for a long, long time, and no más by chance, I got him, man. And when funny story, I don't hang around with artists all the time, Russ. So I don't want to seem that way, but just out of spur of the blue, one day I was hanging out with Richard Rosales from Signal, the Bajo player from Signal, right? And we met up in Natalia, Texas for lunch, right? Just out of the blue. And we're having lunch, and I get my new song that just got mixed and mastered, which is Kansas City, right? I get an email, and I'm like, Richard, I just got the song, bro. I just got the final song. You want to hear it, bro? But don't judge me, right? He heard it. He's like, bro, it sounds badass, right? Let's get it promoted. And I'm like, hombre, I don't know if I'm there yet or whatever. He was like, let's get with Lupe, right? And so, hombre, he sent it to Lupe. Lupe called me right away. I like the way it sounds, bro. Let's get something going. And it's been. I could not ever imagine that I'd ever make that anybody would ever want to hear me sing, right? To begin with, right? Music and it's climbing up charts, and it's beyond my dreams, man. So I'm very, very humbled and very, very excited, and everything has kind of fell into place as it was supposed to, right? I'm not really forcing anything. If we come out with a song, I don't like it, it's okay. Let's work on another one, right? Like I'm not gonna force it. If it feels right, it feels right. I feel I got the right vibe and the right song and it's the right message. We'll put it out, and if not well, it's okay, But I have a really good team behind me, and I couldn't ask for a better team supporting Anthony Patterson. That's for sure.
That's good. That's good. Now you guys know how to make contact with them. Hopefully our 4th of July coordinators out here in our area can bring them down here. We can try to, maybe next year or so, because I know they probably already confirmed the Crystal City Spanish Festival lineup already. Maybe bring you down for that, or other events that we have in our area. Even Pearsall, I know Pearsall's about to have their Hispanic Heritage Festival. I mean, even in Poteet, maybe you never know. Maybe this year is your year where you're going to be
right?
at the Strawberry Fest and stuff like that.
Yeah, man. I mean, whatever comes our way, we'll take it humbly, and we're excited for whatever comes our way for sure.
Yes, definitely, definitely. I don't want to go too much into it, but I don't want the people to say, nobody, they never acknowledge us. Yes, guys, I'm seeing your comments. I'm putting them out there. Saludos to everybody that's on. Ms. Norma Salazar from Holland, Michigan. Saludos to you and Mr. George Salazar. Mary, our other co-host from Let's Talk Tejano. Thank you for tuning in. Joe Liel, saludos, saludos. Our other, friend, Jorge Medina. Thank you so much. Jessica Rodriguez, thank you for tuning in. Jorge Venences, saludos, thank you for being here. I think I even saw your wife on here.
My wife Stephanie, yeah.
Yes, she was on here. Miss Hilda Pena. Thank you, Miss Pena. CJ Ramirez, new artist out there coming up with good music. CJ, saludos. Thank you for tuning in. Isabel Correa. I don't know if she has any ties with Leo.
Yeah, that's Leo's sister.
Oh, Leo's sister. Okay. So saludos to her.
That was Belle.
Yes, she's all like, Anthony, love the new music.
Thank you,
Yes,
Belle.
Joshua Castillo, saludos. Thank you for tuning in.
High school with Josh. What's up, Josh? Put a Divine Texas in the house.
Yes. Ricky Moscoro, saludos.
Thank you, Ricky. Thank you.
Yes, there she is. Finally, she got on. Miss Bernice, saludos, my friend.
La prima. What's up, Bernice? How you doing? I remember she was a little baby. I used to burp her. No, but I'm just kidding. I never
Yes, and then,
burped.
we have Miss Melissa Brandy Sonora, saludos. I think she says that's my cousin, down to earth, honest, and has always loved Tejano music.
That's Bernice's mom, Kelly.
Oh, it is. I didn't even know she had Facebook.
Yeah, that's Bernice's mom.
Yes, saludos to all the Sonoras and all the your family. Um,
All the Brady's, Sonoras, Martinez, the Pattersons, the Farias from Catula. I mean, everybody that's salute para todos, right? All the family and friends that support the music. All South Texas, man. I
yes,
just, I
yes.
just, I can't believe we're getting this much support. So I'm very, very humble.
Yes, and like I said, Anthony, it's great to have you here with us. We are the online station of Sirius Tejanos from Crystal City. We love to support our local artists, our home-based artists. Like I said, like Culturas, Talisman, Tejano Breed. We can put you in there because you have some ties down here as well, and we're here to support you in everything you have to do. Any new music, anything you want to be broadcast, this station is for you. Doors are always open for you.
Thank you,
Um,
appreciate it.
like to any other artists that are out there, we do this for you guys because without you, we cannot play the music. And I know a lot of people say, well, without you, we're nothing to put our music out there, right? So,
Mhm.
it works one way to another, and to the fans. The fans are the ones that make you, and they can also break you. So, saludos to the fans, to all those people out there. Thank you guys always supporting and always letting these new artists know that keep doing what they're doing. They are getting noticed, and soon there'll be an opportunity, a door wide open to do what they want to do, conquer the dream, right?
Chase your dreams.
Yes, yes. So, Anthony, any little things or last words you want to say to all the people and everybody
I
that?
mean, it feels weird saying thank you to all the fans. It feels weird. But if I have any fans, thank you, right? Thank you for supporting the music. Thank you for requesting on the radio stations. Thank you for letting it make charts. To everybody help along the way. My badass team that's behind me, Kiev Music, all the musicians that helped me. Big shout out to Leo Correa for helping me so much and for getting me out of my comfort zone. My beautiful wife that supports me también too, right? She just said my song's fire. Yeah, she's been a big supporter to me and all my family and Lido. I mean, it just my sister, my mom. I mean, this is everybody, right? Thank you to everybody that's supporting me, man. I appreciate it, and I'm very, very humble. And I can't believe that I got songs that are charting and that people like to hear it. So, man, I couldn't be more excited.
Yes, guys, we do have Anthony on our top 10, so keep requesting his music. Let his music
Y'all
spread.
too? I didn't know
Uh,
that.
if I'm not mistaken, yes, I think I tagged you on it, didn't I?
Well, I'm gonna have to check. Well, good. It's awesome.
Yes, I think you are. If I'm not mistaken, I know we were putting stuff up, so I
Okay.
know I think you are on there. Keep requesting his music with us. Send us a message on Messenger. We do have a phone number. It's 830-219-9114. You can get the music through there. You can follow us on any platforms. As you can see, there's something rolling, scrolling right here. You can listen to us on the website of SiriusTejano.com. You can listen to us there. You can request on there. You can comment on there and stuff like that. We are on TikTok. We are on all social media platforms. So if you do want to listen to his music and stuff like that, you can always download the app at Live 365, search Sirius Tejano, and just add it to your favorites, and I'll play your music. So, Anthony, like once again, thank you so much. It was an honor for myself to have you here. It's
Kelly,
good to have you here.
Kelly, got one more thing I forgot. One more. I want to have a big shout out to my number one fan, my niece Emery, Emery Laughlin. She jams my song over and over and over every day. Thank you, Mia, so much. My number one fan, Emery.
Yes, yes. And she's giving you all the plays. There's the one cent that
Right?
all these artists keep getting, right?
For sure.
So yes, I'm gonna tell you something, Anthony. Your support system is gonna be the one that's gonna be successful for you, because I do see a lot of the artists say, "Man, it's so hard balance life and music," because when you don't have that support system at home, your music will never be as successful as well. So, to your wife, keep supporting him. I know sometimes there's gonna be trials that might get hard with, balancing work from, 8 to 5 or 8 to whatever, and then, come home, get bags ready, boom, go out in the weekend, and then, it does get hard, but he's living the dream, and he's living the dream with you as well. So,
Right.
props to your team behind you. Props to everybody that's supportive, to the fans, to all radio DJs, even podcasters, everybody that always makes it, you know, happen for these artists. So keep opening doors, guys. Let these artists be noticed. You know, I'm not saying it just to say Anthony has a great voice. He's going places. He's gonna go places. Um, I can't wait to see him maybe even get nominated for something. So, I know that would be a big accomplishment for him, because I know I never thought I'll be nominated. I am nominated for
Congrats! I saw that. Congrats! Congrats!
Yes. So to everybody that's nominated on the Tejano Music, the Pura Vida Music Awards, and then the Tejano Music Awards are coming up. Congratulations to everybody. The Conjunto Awards is coming up as well. So you guys, congratulations to everybody that's making music, making noise in the industry. Puro pa adelante. Never look back. Keep going. Keep doing your thing. Don't let one door close, and just really define you. Nothing defines you unless you let that define you.
Right.
So, Anthony, like I said, you're always welcome back. I
Thank
cannot
you.
wait for
Thank you
you
for
to,
having me.
yes, to everybody that's on there. Thank you guys for tuning in this day. Saludos to everybody. I hope to see you again, Anthony. Hopefully to see you live.
Hopefully
I can't
soon,
wait.
right? Yeah, hopefully soon for sure.
Yeah, I can't wait to catch you live or something. Hey, where are the business orders from Code 3 from Carrizo? I think they need to bring that. So yeah, so if anybody knows the managers from Code 3, hey, bring your boy home.
We're ready. Estamos listos. Let's go.
Yes. So again, Anthony, thank you so much to
Thank you
everybody
so
that
much.
listen on.
Thank
We
you,
will catch,
everybody.
yes, we'll catch you again. Don't forget our shows on every day. We have our DJs on, and on the weekends we also have our DJs. Don't forget to tune into Miss Mary from Let's Talk Tejano, Miss Mary, George, and Mr. Lee. All of them. Thank you so much to our boss Joe. Thank you, Joe, for doing this. Anthony, God bless you,
Thank
and I wish you all the best success.
you so much. Good night.
All right. Thank you guys. We'll catch you soon.